You see my friend, my Ukrainian friend here, Maryna.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Maryna Borscht from Kiev.
Let's go this side.
It is a great opportunity to present the traditionals, cook our cuisine. This is national. Our soup. It's named borscht.
Ah.
I'm very happy that it is idea of Nas. It is excellent how the women from Ukraine know this borscht and want to cook it, and that is why John Philip invited me, and we decided to do this together to show you. But I'm only assistant. The big cooker is great cooker is Nas,
and I'm wearing my traditional Ukrainian outfit today. So I bought me this beautiful top. It's a traditional Ukrainian top. So you can just see here the beautiful flowers and embroidery on there as well. So hopefully you've got like your ingredients in front of you. I have had a little bit of help with the chopping of the vegetables actually, and
beetroot, and this is very important to make very small and thin beetroot. It is very nice. Yes, and then if you it have to be very thin and small too.
Yeah. So traditionally they make it quite small, but so however you've done your vegetables is good. But yeah, traditionally they cut it a bit more finely, don't they?
And people began to fire.
So the first thing you want to do is you want to turn on the hob, and we want to get off. So hopefully you've got your stock. You should have about 1,500 milliliters of stock. For serve about 4 on your stove. So you want to get that sort of going up to the boil. So if you've not done that, if you can switch that on, and when that is coming up to the boil, so I think you're going to chop up some cabbage, aren't you? So I'll let you.
But at first we will make fire maybe for beetroot.
Yeah. So I will sort of the beetroot, and then you can cut the cabbage.
Okay.
I've got some cabbage here. So you may already have yours shredded. But Maryna's actually gone to the market and she's got something a little bit different there as well, haven't you? That you think is going to be.
It's first time. You have no experience, but I'm sure that everybody comes to cook as Ukrainian women.
Yeah, we are. We're trying to do the right thing.
And oil.
So we're going to put you have a skillet, so that's like a saucepan. Just put that on the hob. So hopefully you've got your stock already on the boil. And then very simple bits, a little bit of oil, a little bit of salt and pepper, and so do we add the traditionally do you add the onions or the carrots first? We're going to put the beetroot in first. Okay. Just give it a good brine with the pepper there. We're going to thicken the beetroot. So it's very thin actually.
Yeah. But it will be very tasty.
Yes, and I have to say I've eaten a lot of borscht over the last couple of weeks. I don't know. I had about 6 different borscht, and I've cooked it with vegetables of all different shapes and sizes.
Every Ukrainian girl and women is cooking borscht in different way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the key thing is I think the frying of the vegetables really releases the flavours a bit more, and it softens them a bit as well to make sure they're really well cooked. There's a few minutes.
We can put it's ready. It's ready for that one.
Yeah. Yes, we're going to add this to the stock. So if you can kind of do the same, I think realistically to get everything in sync and all cooking in sync is probably going to be quite difficult because things do boil at different times. Your stove might be more powerful than mine, for example. So
and beetroot tend to be white when it boiled.
Yeah.
It's important. In this case, when it's be ready, we tend to put the potatoes. It is side that we can to put potatoes when beetroot is white, became white. And now we can to onion, to cook onion.
Right, so
But maybe oil, little bit
a
oil.
little bit more oil, yes.
Oil.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of oil there. I think, yeah, but we're not trying to be over healthy, are we? We're trying to enjoy ourselves, but you might want to have more or less oil. So the onions are like quite finely chopped. So hopefully you got sort of an onion. If not, you're going to be chopping furiously away. But we're going to add this to the pan. So my recipe that I use has just got one onion. So you guys have probably just got the one onion. But I think, Maryna, you said you like to have quite a lot of onion in your borscht.
Yeah, 2 onions.
Yeah.
Little bit. Oh, it's okay. Nice. Yeah.
So how long will it be, how brown do we want these onions to be? So I think we just want to get those to sweat a little bit. And put the carrot in as well? Or do we wait?
It's okay. It's okay. And I will.
Yeah, so I think we have a few minutes of sweating out those onions. So Maryna is busy chopping some cabbage in the background there as well. The time is not going too bad. So we've only been cooking for 12 minutes. I mean, with the various sauce I've made, I mean, dinner is ready usually within an hour. And the chopping is probably the worst bit. And then all the sweating with the vegetables is a bit, it's a little bit of a faff. But actually, it's one of the easiest dishes to make. Once, you know, because it's quick. So when do I add the carrots?
No, only want it have to be pink.
A little bit pink. So
Little bit pink. Yes.
okay. A little bit more.
Little bit pink.
Okay. So yeah, just while I'm doing that, maybe some like just a few interesting facts about borscht. So I did a little bit of looking on the internet and found out some things about borscht that are interesting. So I found out that I think borscht originally came from the word Bolshevik. It was made originally in the very olden times from hogweed.
And it is very important to put cabbage to cold water.
Yeah.
Before to cook.
Okay.
Yes. Can you give me something?
Some cold water.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do that. So here you go.
Oh, yeah.
That's in cold water.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, if you have got a bowl and you can get some your cabbage and put some submerge that into water, that would be really cool. But yeah, and in really olden times they used to make borscht out of hogweed, and apparently it tasted quite bitter, a little bit like sewage. So thankfully the recipe has evolved. And I think the actual recognisable borscht using beetroot is made back in the 17th century by ethnic Ukrainians.
Oh, there.
And that was sort of during the Battle of Azov with Peter the Great. So that's a little bit of history behind borscht. It was an unsuccessful siege. But yeah, that's more history. And more recent history is that borscht has now got a UNESCO heritage rating, hasn't it? It's listed as UNESCO, which is pretty cool. So I think these onions are starting to look pretty pink now. So I think we're going to do we put the carrots in next? Or do you
Oh,
want to
yes,
put those
it's
in the
okay.
pan?
We can put carrot.
Let's put the carrots in. So if your onions are starting to look a little bit tinged around the edges, what we want to do is we want to start adding the carrots. So yours will probably should be sort of like half moon shape or smaller. So I'm just going to add these in. Carrot,
Or maybe tell about can to use this one very quickly.
oh, for the carrot.
Yeah, because it is very quickly to do and have no time.
I think we're going to, yeah. So it's starting to get a little bit brown around the edges. So how long do you want me to sort of let this sweat?
No, it have to be maybe 5 minutes, but then we will put tomato pasta and water.
Yeah.
Little bit water because we have pasta, not tomatoes, but it is pasta. This is why maybe it had some 5 minutes, maybe.
Okay, so you add 5 minutes. Just taking this. So what Maryna is like the most important ingredient to make borscht? Like what is the one ingredient?
Tomatoes is very important.
Is it the
Taste.
the
Taste.
paste? Is that we adding?
No, it is too much. We have, you see, I bring 2.
Okay.
Yes, it has to be a little bit, no, it's spicy, a little bit spicy.
Bit spicy. Okay.
Yeah, a little bit spicy.
So you say that's more important than the beetroot to have the tomato paste, the taste of that.
Yeah, but it does have to be tomato, Italian tomatoes.
Okay.
Yes. or Ukraine tomatoes.
I think you can see why you know the borscht is very important to Ukrainians and why it's having UNESCO heritage. It's like Parma ham or Parmesan cheese. They get the special stuff.
I don't know if you have Ukraine tomato, but Italian.
Exactly right. Yeah, if you're telling me how to do it. It's different here, so. Okay, cool.
Yeah, but okay. Okay. Yes. And then we come to the
So what we'll do after this is actually finished is we'll send you all the adapted recipe. So the one that Maryna's telling you how to make, we'll send you the instructions so you can make this more easily at home as well. So how much do you want me to add? I normally put like a tablespoon, I think.
please need more.
Okay.
Everything. Oh, this all.
Okay.
Yes, it have to be all.
There we go. Yeah. That's good. Cool. So
No. It has to be. We will maybe.
yeah, so if you've got, so I think on the instructions it might say sort of a big, large tablespoon of tomato paste. But yeah, if you want to add a little bit more, then you can do. So I think here we're being pretty liberal with it, aren't we? It's going to be quite tomatoey, but yeah, we can cook this to your taste, so you can kind of change things to adapt to what you like as well.
If you want to put garlic, we can to do this now.
Yeah, I have to say I sometimes cheat and I add the sort of like garlic paste in there as well. So at what point do I want to add this to the soup and when am I going to add that delicious cabbage? That's some of my favourite actually is adding cabbage. So if you've got some garlic cloves, you might want to like just chop those or sort of like crush them with the back of a spoon or something. If you like garlic and you're not allergic to garlic, then add as much as you like, a couple of cloves or just some paste. So I've now added that in. So it's looking interesting now. It doesn't quite look like borscht. This is obviously going to need to be added to the beetroots. But yeah, it's quite an aroma coming from this kitchen.
Yes.
We're going to put this. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
The more veggies going in, so you can, if you want, add in pepper.
Because it is summer, and we have,
yeah,
it will be more tasty. Yes, please.
Yeah. Cool.
This one.
Yeah. So yeah, if you can just chop the celery up and just add that to the saucepan. God, it's so hot in here. I'll tell you what, this is sweat. I'm sweating. I hope you're all okay. And I think I might need a sort of couple of glasses of water. So it's almost like a sort of like a ratatouille. But I have to say that normally I in the version I made before, I put the celery in the stock.
No.
Is that
it
not
will
right?
be okay if it will together.
Okay,
Yeah.
put it all together like this. Cool.
And when the beetroot became white,
Yeah, it's beginning to go white now. Yeah.
maybe at some time
Okay.
we have time,
Yeah.
but we invited by the John Philip and our international Rotary fellowship of healthcare professionals. Yes.
Yeah, yes.
And I want to tell about the great help of this fellowship to us, Ukraine, because you know we have a very, very dangerous war. That is why it was very, very important when we understand that we are not alone in the world, and UK people, we understand. You open your hearts, even you open your houses, your homes, and it is excellent, really, because our refugees came to your homes. It is very, very difficult to my mind to live with unknown people, but you are doing there, and it is excellent, truthfully. And when we understand that we are not alone, Ukraine is not alone, and we understand we have the help from Rotarian, International Rotarian Fellowship of Healthcare Professionals. Truthfully, more than 300,000 pounds. We receive the equipment, we receive the medicine, we receive a lot of tourniquets every week. We receive 2,000 of tourniquets, and it is very important because I am, as a doctor, I understand that our soldiers died through bleeding, because it is very important to receive tourniquets, and that is why I'm very thankful to UK people, to Great Britain, to help us, especially in medicine. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean it's a sad fact as well that while UK government is supplying Ukraine with weapons, that more people are injured and they need your help. They need the medical supplies. Continues in a way because the war has become a long war, and but hopefully it's important, I think, to keep the Ukrainian traditions alive, keep hope alive, and the great thing about Borscht is it represents unity as well. So if one day all the humans could be like Borscht and all together, all union, and no more war, I mean that would be an amazing thing. It's incredible culture, incredible heritage. So just keeping my eye on the clocks. I think we have about 10 or 15 minutes left to go only. So I think are we ready to? I think these are now.
No, it's supposed to be a
bit more translucent. So I want to add in. Can I add in?
Not complete. Sometimes you see the little bit white on the end.
Some of them are getting white.
Of pieces.
So what you want to do is just keep checking those bits of beetroot in your stock. Hopefully it's bubbling away, and I don't know if you can see these, but they should start turning a little bit translucent. And apparently they need to sort of be white before we add in the vegetables. We're going to turn down the heat. So what's the next thing that we want to be doing?
We will put potato.
Okay.
Potato, to boil potato.
So have you got your potatoes ready?
Yeah.
So everyone get your potatoes, get the tappies going. Can I just show everyone what the potatoes look like?
Yes.
So to see, because I don't think we did say guys.
Yeah.
So these are the potatoes. We fly the flag for the potato, the humble potato. So apparently we're going to add these in. So hopefully they're kind of like dice size, but should I add them?
We can put this to
And sort of start kind of wrapping up the seeding. So they go in the soup. So what happened to the cabbage? Is that
cabbage? Sure, the last one.
The cabbage is the last one. Okay.
Cabbage is the last. Potatoes will be a little bit ready. Only after this we can to put tomatoes with onion, with carrot, and etc. to the bowl, because tomatoes became more strong than potatoes. That is why it not will be good. That is why we are waiting a little bit, and this is good. This is okay. Good. But maybe this might too. Oh, it's okay.
So we take this off the heat.
Okay, it's going to be. It's a ready.
I have to say I'm absolutely sweating now. So we're going to put the what we'll do. When do we put the cabbage in then?
Yes, cabbage is the last one, and I will show you.
Does that have to wait till the potatoes are soft, or do we sort of like add those, Maryna, just before before that happens.
You see how cabbages have to be.
Oh, well, okay. I said
Yes,
shredded
it's a
cabbage.
late.
And I definitely know, say one of the rules I have with cabbage is don't have any knobbly bits in it. But I have to say that my cabbage, right, this is embarrassing, guys. This is the cabbage that I cut ready for this event. And Marion is showing me her knife skills.
It is very important to, as a late.
This is a very kind of skinny little cabbage. There's no knobbly bits whatsoever. So that's absolutely amazing. So we're going to use that cabbage, not my knobbly.
But it is very important to put in cold water.
Yeah.
Before, because it became more strong.
Right.
But about salt, we have to put salt.
Salt, a little bit, yeah.
Salt.
Yeah, so as any good cook knows, your food is only good as your seasoning. And so we're going to do a bit of an ideal Lawson now. We're just going to kind of add a bit of salt and pepper. And I'm just going to taste this actually. So add a good sprinkling of salt in your soup, and I'm going to add a bit of pepper. If you know you've got bay leaves, you could add the bay leaves as well. I'm just going to taste this. Wow, that's quite strong actually. Yeah, that's really good. So what's the next step? So we've got the potatoes.
We are waiting for potatoes.
Okay. So how long do you think you need to leave the potatoes?
We will see some maybe. Always I am cooking borscht during 1 hour.
Yeah, it takes.
It's yeah, but it's not possible
Not with it to wait an hour for everyone.
Yes.
So I think we'll give it sort of. I think these are going to be sort of soft-ish. So maybe we give them a few more minutes, and then I'm just in the interest of time, and then we can perhaps add this.
Is it
and finish everything off.
a little bit soft?
Yeah, they're getting soft. They might need a few more minutes for the cooking. So what will happen is we probably won't show you the actual adding of the dill, but that you can add dill and sour cream towards the end. And I think you leave it on standby a little bit just to let the flavours, once off the heat, all meld together as well.
Yeah.
So we'll do, you can do that sort of after this cooking is finished. What we just want to do now, I think, is just sort of like wait till the potatoes are soft, add the cabbage. And then I think we'll just describe the last steps, and we'll say
yes, okay. It's ready, and we plan to put there.
Okay, so this is good news. We're on the last step now. So yeah, Marion is just tasting it. She's going to tell us if it's good. Is it good?
Yes,
it is good. Right. Okay.
So
this and this kind of like mixture, this sort of ratatouille sort of thing that's in the pan, finally go in. And this is going to create a sort of almost like a magic alchemy, right?
Yeah.
Make this, hopefully this like amazing. So we're going to add this in. So you want to get your saucepan here and this fried mixture and mix it all in.
To put a little bit water maybe, because it is going to see.
We have a bit of water as well, so I think just judge your taste. If it's a bit too kind of like salty and a bit strong, just sort of like temper it down a bit with a bit of water.
Sorry,
that's all right. We just had a new water softener installed, so that's the best one for you. So I should have told you. Right, so add a little water in here. I think I'm going to be drinking a few glasses of water as well as perhaps a glass of wine after this. So the cabbage then go in. I can't believe this, but there's 53 people watching now. 53. Yeah, we're on the home straight now, so it's a sort of another sort of 5 or so minutes. And there'll be buys and everything. So,
but now we come to put their cabbage.
Yeah, we're just going to put the. I think we're going to do the last step, guys, and then we're going to explain what needs to happen afterwards, and also
not all.
So
we come to see.
So I think this is the last vegetable.
Lace. It is a cabbage lace.
Cabbage lace, yes.
Cabbage have to be.
So very delicate cabbage, not like my knoppy bits. So how much goes in?
Put, please. Put.
Next in there.
Can't be
Okay.
too much.
Okay. So I think you want to sort of just taste it and add in your flavorings to taste. So some recipes, have got
Like
a bit of
tomato.
sugar and
We put a lot.
we put a lot of tomato in ours.
Right.
But yeah, I'll do Nigella Lawson and just taste it and just add salt and all the bits that you want to add in it. I think with the ones I made, I did add a little bit of sugar and vinegar just to balance the taste a bit. So is that then the last step? You just leave that on the simmer and cover that, and how long does that sort of like want to stay on there?
3 minutes, 5 minutes.
5 minutes, and then I add
With cabbage.
with the cabbage,
With
and
cabbage. Only
then
5 minutes. And that's all.
and that's it. And then we just turn it off and we let the flavors all sort of come together. Yeah.
And we will ask your husband, and he will try to eat.
Okay. But you're not a fan of adding any sugar or anything in there, because I always like to add, but yeah. Like I said, give it a taste and see what you want to put in it. It's good. It is good.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah, it's really good. Okay, so I think we're gonna sort of like close play now and to say that thanks for joining. Would it be really good if you could all do take a photo of your finished prepared product, maybe a video, and share it on our Facebook group page. I've got a Facebook page called The Cook Along Circus, and on there it's got more information about Rotary Healthcare Professionals. And also, how we can support them. So again, my Facebook, again, it's called the Cook Along Circus.
And in addition, I want to say that it is very important that it is very useful. Very useful. This is that is why if we promotion the International Rotary Fellowship of Healthcare Professional. That is why it is very important to cook useful food and useful cuisine. That is why, to my mind, as for doctor, it is very, very important. I'm a cardiologist, and that is why the level of cholesterol is very, very important. That is why all these vegetables, it's not very, very to cook too much, but it is little bit only, and that is why we receive the fresh our borscht.
Yeah, exactly. It's amazing. And this borscht is a revelation. It is slightly different to the one that I took. After we say goodbye to you, you just want to leave it cooking for another 5 minutes. You want to add your bits, add in extra condiments to your taste, and then add in the dill. Okay, the dill, you've got to add the dill. That's it, guys. So we're gonna thank you everyone for actually joining in today, and thank you very much to Maryna for being in my kitchen today from Kiev as well.
I am all assistant.
We wish that we didn't have to have these events in some ways, because we wish that obviously the terrible happening. But I think it's just amazing to stand with Ukraine and have a Ukrainian in my kitchen.
Yes, cool.
That's the message I want to have with this event. It's Rotary Stand with Ukraine. And please do go on that Facebook site.